Enlargement Commissioner Hahn gave a message of hope for Albania and Macedonia, declaring they can expect to enjoy the support of the European Commission in opening accession negotiations with the European Union. The Kosovo Assembly's special session for reviewing the demarcation agreement with Montenegro has been postponed from today until Friday at 10 a.m. due to the lack of presence of MPs from all parties. Today's parliamentary session may have been a rarely short one, but still Lawson Basha and Rama had a tough debate during the Prime Minister's speech. Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Thursday, the 22nd of February 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country translated into English. Talks to open negotiations for EU membership seems as though they are to happen in the coming weeks. The European Commission will recommend the opening of accession negotiations with Albania and Macedonia. This was the statement by the Enlargement Commissioner Hahn in an interview with the German daily Die Welt. Very soon, not later than in the summer period, the European Commission will recommend member states to open accession negotiations with Albania and the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, declared Hahn. According to Hahn, the people of these countries deserve a concrete European perspective. We believe the two countries have undergone important reforms in the past and are now qualified for this step. Albania has done a lot in the fight against organised crime, added Hahn. The Commissioner stated that the year 2025 is considered a reference date, although not a guarantee, for the membership of Serbia and Montenegro, and in turn should create a positive ripple effect across the region. For this reason, Hahn praised the negotiation process as an empowering tool for sustainable development of economy and the rule of law in the countries of the Western Balkans. The special session of the Kosovo Assembly to review the draft law on demarcation with Montenegro was postponed until Friday evening at 10 o'clock. The hearing should have started at 11 today, but members from the Democratic League of Kosovo, the Democratic Party of Kosovo, the Alliance for the Future of Kosovo, and the Vetvendosia, or Self-Determination Movement Party, and even some from the Serbian side were absent in the hall. Kosovar media even wrote that the Serbian list did not enter the Assembly building, while it is officially declared that this party will not vote on demarcation. In consultations before the hearing, the parties seem to have disagreed regarding the draft law. After a meeting of representatives of all forces and in the absence of political compromise, the President of the Kosovar Assembly, Kadri Veseli, announced the postponement of the session on Friday. In his announcement, Veseli expressed his optimism for reaching a consensus. The point where the parties have not found reconciliation is the inclusion of Bulici's report in the vote, which claims that Kosovo lost territory in the border agreement with Montenegro. The Democratic League of Kosovo and the Alternative set as a condition the non-inclusion of Bulici's report in order to obtain a pro-demarcation vote. On the other hand, the Alliance for the Future of Kosovo stated that it would vote against in a situation of non-inclusion of the document. Meanwhile, Vetvendosia did not shake from the vote against the draft law on ratification of the agreement. Today's parliamentary session may have been particularly short, but still it ended with tension. The comparison used by Prime Minister Rama irritated the opposition leader, Lawson Basha, who approached the podium aggressively. Lawson Basha accused the government of unjustly removing hundreds of families from the economic aid scheme with a non-transparent point form. From the podium, Basha called on citizens to take over their fate. On the other hand, the Prime Minister said that this form was drafted at the time the Democrats were in power of the government. What happened, according to Rama, who ended the speech without the opposition MPs who had previously left, is the removal from the economic scheme of families receiving assistance in an abusive way. 70% of applicants excluded from this scheme are of the ages 24 to 45 and therefore fully capable for work. This is a law that forces the National Employment Service to provide a job to anyone who is able to work. During these recent days, and only to this point in time, 1,211 people from those excluded have gone to the labour offices to be registered as job seekers. In addition, there are also those who refuse to be registered as job seekers. Those who refuse to take a job do not deserve a single cent from the common money of Albanians, where this solidarity fund comes from, stated Rama in his speech. After leaving the Assembly Hall, Basha communicated with the media outside the Parliament, saying that the argument of removing those who abuse the system is just an excuse of the Prime Minister. Rama is relentless. We will fight by all means necessary to end this situation, said Lawson Basha. The Democratic Party has requested a debatic motion on this issue, to which the parties agreed to hold on Thursday, 15th of March. In support of the Fear and Vlora bypass workers who protested in front of Parliament for overdue wages, Democratic Party Chairman Lawson Basha said the reason for not receiving payments is directly related to government corruption. The lack of payments and money is a direct consequence of corruption. You know very well that the process of allowing the tender winner to then subcontract additional firms has left a financial guarantee to the Albanian state. And this guarantee, according to the opposition information, is enough to pay the obligations that the state has to the subcontractors after leaving this fraudulent firm, declared Lawson Basha. Protesters stressed that due to the non-receipt of 1 year's wages, they cannot even pay their energy bills, especially as the state continues to add interest for amounts owing. I have not paid all my obligations to the state, such as energy, water, and so on. At this moment, the state continues to add late payment charges. This is a great injustice, said one protester. Protesters demand the salaries for the work they have already completed and warn that otherwise, protests will escalate. The Minister of Education, Lindita Nicola, called for a hearing by the opposition, said she has launched an inspection to verify the legality of universities. I say with conviction that no public university today is in chaos due to the law on higher education. The problems faced by the University of Tirana are internal problems that will be resolved very soon. In exercising my responsibilities and also as a public request made by the Dean, as well as the Board of Administrators for the University of Tirana, I have started to inspect and verify legalities, said Nicola. The Minister, responding to the opposition, said that during her 5 months duty this mandate, she has made herself available to the Education Committee for a total of 20 hours across 4 sessions. During these 5 months of my parliamentary life, I have been present for a total of 6 hearings, 4 of which have been at the Education Committee. Considering only these 4 hearings, I was available to MPs for almost 20 hours. Because of the mismanagement of this commission and most of these hearing sessions, the summoned minister has not been able to speak and explain the situations, exclaimed Minister Nicola. Nicola said that there are only 3 decisions for sub-legal acts left to be approved within February. There are only 3 CMDs from bylaws left unapproved, which will all be completed before the close of February. 100% of instructions and the orders of the Prime Minister have been realised, Nicola added in conclusion. Mayor Erion Veliai has promised employment and integration for girls and women who end jail sentences. The municipality's project is expected to begin very soon as a way to ease their integration into society. Tirana is a generous and welcoming city. I look forward to starting their employment and integration processes in society. Many of the ladies here, after leaving this experience, can join the municipality in our greenery or public works brigades, because I believe that when we are busy with work, we easily pass through these difficult moments of our lives and move on, announced Erion Veliai. The Institution for the Execution of the Criminal Decisions Directorate, together with the municipality, planted 163 decorative trees in the premises where about 40 detainees and 56 convicted serve their sentence, creating a small park with trees and benches as an opportunity to facilitate the stay of convicts. We are close to our record of planting 100,000 trees, and not just in public parks or streets, but also within these institutions. I'm glad that this institution will also turn into a mini green island, albeit with an overcrowded neighbourhood, but also to give hope and courage to the ladies here as they pass through a difficult moment in life, said Erion Veliai. The municipality seems to be very close to achieving the target of increasing greenery in the capital before the March deadline. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.